All right, guys, a bunch of people have been hitting me up on Instagram asking me, Kai, how do you lose belly fat? Kai, how do you stay at 6% body fat all year long? It's really quite simple. So there are 3 keys to losing belly fat. 1, fasting and feasting cycles. 2, your nutrition or your diet, right? I don't like the word diet. I like saying my nutritional protocol. It doesn't roll off the tongue like diet, but diet sounds so temporary, right? Like, oh, I'm on this diet. I'm on a 30-day diet. That shit don't work, right? Change your vernacular, change the way you view it in your head, and maybe you'll finally see the changes that you want, right? And lastly is how you eat your meals. So let's go into part 1, fasting, right? I've been doing intermittent fasting for at least 10 years now. And, I initially started intermittent fasting because I'm a breaker. I'm a B-boy, and honestly, there was a time in my life where I felt like, I was a little too lax on my diet, and I didn't like the way I showed up on footage, on camera, and so I decided, I'm gonna get lean. So I went online, did all the research I could. I wasn't really into going on YouTube back in the day, so I don't really know if intermittent fasting was a thing back in 2014 like that, but I do remember doing it first, and then a couple years later I see articles about Terry Crews doing intermittent fasting and talking about autophagy and stuff like that. So I was like, all right, cool, I'm a little bit ahead of the curve, right? So I like to think I know what I'm talking about because I do it, I live this, right? So anyways, intermittent fasting is when you don't eat for a specific amount of time during the day. So for me, on average, a 20 to 21 hour fast every single day with some caveats, right? Some days, if I'm feeling very lethargic and my body is telling me like, you're actually hungry right now, then I won't fast at all. But that happens maybe once or twice a month. And once a month, I like to do an extended fast for at least 36 hours and can go all the way up to 72, really depending on how I feel, right? But so let's just take a normal day for the sake of this video, right? Wake up, drink water, maybe I won't drink water, and then I'll have black coffee throughout the day. And then before I break my fast, obviously, I gotta work out, right? Oh shit. And that's probably part 4, right? Your training. You gotta train too. So we'll push that to the end, right? So, and then before I work out or practice, I might have a little bit more coffee, a little bit more tea, or a pre-workout, which probably breaks the fast depending on what's in it, because some pre-workouts have amino acids in it and B vitamins, and those ultimately break your fast. But the insulin is still low at that point because you're running on body fat anytime you go beyond 12 hours of fasting. But so that's how the day goes, and then after that I break the fast, right? So very simple. You go most of the day without eating, and then you feast after. Fasting, feasting, fasting, feasting. All right, now part 2, the nutrition, right? Your diet, what you actually eat. So I've been playing around with my diet for a couple of years now, and I did keto for a long time, a very healthy style of keto, not a dirty keto, high protein, a lot of fish, a lot of beef, a lot of chicken, and a lot of vegetables. But then after a while, when I started to get really lean, keto wasn't serving me anymore, so I finally let that go. But I think it's a great way to start if you're having trouble losing that last bit where it's just covering your belly, right? And you can't see ab definition, right? So spending some time in ketosis and showing the body how to burn fat is gonna be very beneficial. But then once you get very lean, you're gonna want to start adding carbohydrates back in, because that promotes overall wellness, right? So we don't just wanna be lean, we wanna be lean and healthy, right? And losing weight is very healthy, but you know, the keto diet does have its deficits. You might end up being mineral depleted. That's why a lot of people have to supplement with electrolytes, but what you can also do is just add back in the carbs, and then you're good, right? But as for the diet, next aspect of that is quality, right? The quality of your food really matters. So I make sure to have 100% whole foods, whole, real, organic foods, as much as I can afford at any given time. The produce, always organic. I will not budge on that. The protein, however, meat, you know, it doesn't always have to be grass-fed, grass-finished. Fish, always wild caught though, but you know, if I got the money and I can shell off for grass-fed, grass-finished, I'll do that. If not, hey, conventional meat is fine. I'm the son of a butcher, and my dad tells me, yo, USD prime choice, prime is good. Don't worry about it. Like, he's got his little like grass-fed conspiracy theories. Shout out to you, Dad. You're the best. Anyways, yeah. Yo, whenever I can afford grass-fed, grass-finished meat, I will do that. If not, I will just get conventional. Doesn't matter. So 100% whole, real foods with an emphasis on protein, right? So the majority of the diet is protein and fats. And then we have mostly low glycemic carbs, and depending on, you know, the day, how I'm feeling, and if there's something special going on, I might have some higher glycemic carbs, right? Never cake though. That's right. That's another part of it. I've been gluten-free for a long time now, and I actually tried experimenting with gluten again, and yo, let me tell you, I'm never gonna have gluten again. Okay, unless it's like trace amounts in soy sauce when you go out for sushi, but you know, that's fine. But as for like bread and like pasta, pizza, I'm done. I'm done, guys. It doesn't help, right? Yeah, all right, cool. So next is how you eat the food, right? This is actually the most important part, because you can actually follow all the other steps and still actually gain belly fat if you don't do this last part, right? So how you eat the food is going to be key, especially if you want to add back in carbohydrates, because that's where I'm at right now. So if you're clicking on this video, you might be at the same step in your journey, right? Or you need this piece of advice in your journey. And, you know, disclaimer, I'm not a nutritionist. I'm just a personal trainer, athlete, a breaker, and, you know, someone who really cares about his health and lifestyle. Anyways, so the way you eat your food is going to be the most important thing, okay? So when I break my fast, I always break it with the protein, right? You break your fast with protein. It could be bone broth, that's collagen protein. Collagen's fine. You can even do it with like yogurt if that's your thing. But me, I like to break my fast with either bone broth or whatever meat I'm gonna be eating for the day, right? So most of the time, I'm having steak, chicken, or fish, right? And you know, if your boy on a budget, I'm having ground beef, right? So I'll take a couple bites of that first, and then I'll have whatever fats I have on the side. So eggs, avocados, those are my go-to fats. And then after I finish, you know, whatever protein I have and the fats I have, so protein first, then fats, then I go into the low glycemic carbs, right? My go-tos are obviously your green leafy vegetables, broccoli, potatoes, sweet potatoes. Those are my go-tos. So after I have the low glycemic carbs on one of those special days, I might have rice, right? Yo, I'm Asian, I like rice. For sushi, you gotta have rice. It is what it is, right? But that's very rare. It's like, I'll probably have rice like once or twice a month, you know, if that. But yeah, after that, dessert, usually some dark chocolate, some type of nut butter that comes with it, you know, like the hazelnut butter or almond butter, peanut butter, chocolate, obviously still organic, high quality, whatever, right? And then some fruit after that to pair it with. And yo, that's the day, right? So the order is very important, because let's say you break your fast with a high glycemic carb, you spike your blood sugar very high, right? And then once your blood sugar is elevated and you add the fats and protein after, you actually start storing that fat, right? Instead of, you know, having the protein first and the fats first. And that actually mitigates the blood sugar spike that you get from your carbs. So basically, the diet is a high protein, healthy, whole food, organic produce, carb backloading kind of diet, right? And yo, it works great for me. I stopped doing keto because keto just made me kind of anxious after a while, and I realized I was mineral depleted. So, you know, I started adding back in the carbohydrates, and yo, felt fine. Feel great. That's why I'm making this video, because I want to share how great I feel with you, because I want you to feel great too. And if you feel great, and if you feel like, you know, this is gonna help you out, yo, consider liking the video, commenting on the video, and subscribing. That way you can see more and, you know, get whatever little knowledge bombs that I decide to drop. I upload every week, and you know, I'm trying to get better at it, but yo, your boy does stuff, right? But still, stick around. Join the journey. All right, now, last thing, right? The training aspect. That's right, I thought it was 3. It's actually 4 things, guys. Training, right? So, your stomach, your abs, these cheese grater abs, right? Guys, your rectus abdominis, right? Your ab muscles, your 6-pack muscle is a muscle, so you have to train it, okay? Yo, you can't just be like, oh yeah, abs are made in the kitchen. If I like eat the right way, I'm just gonna like, you know, have abs. And you know, everyone has the ab muscle, but not everyone has a developed abs. And training your abs is actually a cheat code, right? It's a cheat code because having abs or having a developed muscle over your stomach is going to help you burn fat in that localized area. I know a lot of people will say like, yo, you can't spot reduce fat. Like if you're doing a bunch of crunches, right? Like you're not gonna get a 6-pack like that. That's not how it works. And you know, I'd like to challenge that just a little bit, right? Because we all know that muscle is your fat burning machine. So if muscle is your fat burning machine and you have a rock solid ab musculature, guess what? When you eat, even if your body is trying to, you know, distribute fat after you eat and like, you know, store fat on your body, your abs are gonna eat away at it immediately. So I like to train abs twice a week. And I have ab training videos. I'll do a little box thing right here. You can click on that, check out my go-to ab exercises. But yeah, man, once you get to 15 to 20% body fat, you're gonna wanna throw in ab training at least once a week, right? Like specialized ab training. And it just makes keeping the belly fat off so much easier. Because, you know, a lot of personal trainers will tell you, like, yeah, you don't need to do, you know, core exercises. Like a bench press is a core exercise, a deadlift, a squat is core exercise if you engage your core, and that's very true, right? But the people who train under trainers like that, they don't always look like they have a six-pack. They probably move very well, they probably look great with clothes on, right? But with clothes off, they're missing that sauce, you know what I mean? And that's where your core training comes in. So yo, that's how you burn belly fat. That's it. I don't know what else to say. I don't know why YouTubers always gotta like drag shit out. Like, you know, I like to keep it simple. And if you like that vibe, yo, subscribe. Yo, if you guys enjoyed this video, if you thought it was helpful, let me know down in the comments below. And nah, that's it. That's all I got. All right, cool. Later, guys. Peace.